Keeping secrets from your spouse. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? But what if I told you that some secrets aren't just okay? They're essential for a thriving marriage. In my years studying relationships, I've discovered something fascinating. The couples who seem to have it all figured out, they don't actually tell each other everything. Now, I'm not talking about hiding affairs or secret bank accounts. I'm talking about something much more subtle and much more powerful. Today, I'm going to share 3 things you should keep to yourself in your marriage. These aren't your typical relationship advice points. They're counterintuitive truths that most marriage experts won't tell you. And the most interesting part? These secrets actually make your relationship stronger, not weaker. What you'll learn today might challenge everything you believe about transparency in marriage. But trust me, understanding these 3 crucial points could be the difference between a good marriage and an extraordinary one. By the end of this video, you'll understand why complete transparency isn't always the best policy, and how keeping certain things to yourself can actually deepen your connection with your spouse. Let's start with the first thing you should hide: making comparisons. It's a natural human tendency that can silently poison even the strongest marriages. Right now, somewhere in the world, a spouse is scrolling through social media, mentally comparing their partner to someone else's carefully curated highlight reel. We constantly absorb messages about what marriage should look like, from movies, books, social media, and even our own past relationships. Each of these creates a mental benchmark against which we measure our current spouse. Sometimes it's their earning potential compared to a colleague's spouse. Other times it's their parenting style compared to that seemingly perfect mom or dad next door. Or maybe it's their romantic gestures measured against memories of an ex who wrote love letters every week. These comparisons might seem harmless in passing thoughts, but they plant seeds of discontent that grow into weeds of resentment. When we hold our spouse up against these idealized standards or other people, we stop seeing them for who they truly are. Instead, we focus on who they aren't. Most devastating are the silent comparisons, those thoughts we don't even share but allow to shape our perceptions. Sarah's husband always brings her flowers. Mike's wife keeps such a spotless house. My ex was more adventurous. Each comparison chips away at the foundation of appreciation that sustains healthy marriages. Keeping these comparisons to yourself isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing gratitude over dissatisfaction. By consciously deciding not to voice these comparisons, you create space for genuine appreciation of your spouse's unique qualities. This practice requires internal work. When comparative thoughts arise, acknowledge them privately, then intentionally shift focus to your spouse's distinctive strengths. Perhaps they don't bring weekly flowers, but they show love through acts of service. Maybe they aren't the life of every party, but their quiet wisdom provides stability in crucial moments. Transforming comparative thoughts doesn't happen overnight. It's an ongoing process of choosing to see value in what is, rather than longing for what isn't. This internal discipline protects your spouse from the burden of measuring up to impossible standards, while allowing you to cultivate genuine contentment. Hidden comparisons, when properly managed, become catalysts for personal growth rather than sources of marital strain. Instead of voicing disappointment about perceived shortcomings, channel that energy into self-reflection. What deeper needs might these comparisons reveal? How can you address these needs constructively within your marriage? By keeping comparisons private and processing them independently, you maintain your spouse's dignity while developing emotional maturity. This practice isn't about denying feelings, it's about handling them wisely. Through this conscious choice, you create an environment where both partners can flourish without the weight of constant comparison. Marriage thrives in an atmosphere of acceptance and appreciation. When you choose to hide comparisons, you actively contribute to building such an atmosphere. This seemingly small act of restraint becomes a powerful investment in your relationship's long-term health and happiness. Strong emotions sweep through marriages like storms through a landscape. Raw feelings, particularly those sparked in heated moments, can leave lasting damage when expressed without filter. Marriage culture often promotes complete emotional transparency, but wisdom suggests otherwise. Temporary emotions, those intense feelings that surge through us during arguments, stressful situations, or challenging days, don't always reflect our true thoughts or values. In fact, these fleeting emotional states often distort reality, making mountains out of molehills and creating problems where none truly exist. Most married couples face moments when anger flares over forgotten chores, jealousy spikes from innocent interactions, or irritation builds from minor annoyances. Without proper filtering, these temporary emotions can unleash words that cut deep and leave permanent scars. "I can't stand being married to you. My mother was right about you. I wish I'd married someone else." Once spoken, such words can't be unsaid. Processing emotions privately first allows wisdom to prevail over temporary feelings. This isn't about suppression or denial. It's about emotional maturity and protecting sacred relationship bonds. By taking time to sort through feelings independently, we often discover that what initially felt like relationship-ending frustration was actually triggered by external stress, physical exhaustion, or personal insecurities. Marriage becomes stronger when both partners learn to distinguish between emotions that need sharing and those that need processing. Not every feeling deserves a voice. Some require quiet reflection, journaling, prayer, or simply time to dissipate. This discriminating approach to emotional expression builds trust rather than eroding it. Skilled spouses recognize that feelings fluctuate like weather patterns. Today's overwhelming frustration might evaporate by tomorrow morning. That burning resentment might cool after a good night's sleep. Those jealous thoughts might dissolve after honest self-reflection. By holding these temporary emotions close rather than broadcasting them, we prevent unnecessary pain and preserve relationship stability. This practice requires developing internal emotional awareness. Learning to pause and ask, will expressing this emotion contribute to our relationship's growth, or am I simply venting temporary frustration? Such self-questioning often reveals that many emotional reactions stem from personal triggers rather than genuine relationship issues. Hiding temporary emotions doesn't mean becoming emotionally distant or disconnected. Instead, it means becoming more intentional about emotional expression. When feelings persist after private processing, when they reveal genuine relationship concerns, or when they point to issues requiring joint resolution, these emotions deserve thoughtful sharing. Moreover, this approach fosters individual emotional responsibility. Rather than making our spouse responsible for managing our emotional state, we develop internal resources for handling difficult feelings. This self-regulation builds emotional resilience while reducing unnecessary relationship strain. Time proves an invaluable filter for emotions. What feels overwhelming in moment often loses intensity with passage of hours or days. By creating space between feeling and expressing, we allow wisdom to guide our responses rather than letting raw emotions dictate our actions. Marriages flourish when both partners master this delicate balance between emotional honesty and emotional wisdom. Not every feeling needs immediate expression. Some emotions serve us better as private teachers, guiding us toward personal growth without burdening our relationship with their temporary weight. Speaking of burdens we shouldn't share, secret acts of love carry power that broadcasted gestures can never match. Making coffee before dawn, quietly folding laundry, or paying a bill without mention, these hidden kindnesses weave strength into marriage fabric more effectively than grand, announced gestures. Most relationship advice focuses on communicating love openly, yet something magical happens when good deeds remain unannounced. Silent service creates a deeper connection than publicized efforts. Each unmentioned act builds an invisible reservoir of goodwill, far more potent than actions performed for recognition or praise. Marriage thrives on thousands of tiny, unacknowledged sacrifices. Picking up socks without complaint, buying favorite snacks without being asked, making necessary appointments without broadcasting it. These moments might seem insignificant, but their cumulative effect transforms relationships from transactional exchanges into genuine expressions of selfless love. Broadcasting good deeds diminishes their pure intention. When actions come wrapped in expectations of recognition or reciprocation, they lose their transformative power. True love serves quietly, finding joy in giving rather than receiving credit. This subtle shift from seeking acknowledgement to embracing anonymity marks mature marital love. Social media culture pressures couples to showcase their relationship efforts. Posts about breakfast in bed, surprise gifts, or romantic gestures flood feeds daily. Yet these public displays often mask insecurity, seeking external validation rather than nurturing authentic connection. Real relationship strength grows in private moments, far from likes and comments. Hidden generosity develops character while strengthening marriage bonds. Each secret act of service challenges natural inclinations toward recognition. Fighting urges to mention unnoticed efforts builds emotional maturity. Over time, joy shifts from receiving praise to witnessing spouses' unknowing happiness. Marriage deepens when partners serve without scorekeeping. Unannounced acts eliminate subtle power dynamics that arise from acknowledged favors. No mental tallies of "I did this for you" accumulate. No expectations of reciprocity taint pure intentions. Just quiet love expressed through action rather than announcement. Learning to hide good deeds requires internal work. Natural instincts cry out for recognition when extra effort goes unnoticed. Pride whispers suggestions to mention contributions. Ego seeks credit for thoughtful gestures. Overcoming these impulses develops genuine selflessness, cornerstone of lasting love. Small opportunities for secret service appear daily, running errands without complaint, handling difficult tasks without mention, anticipating needs before they're expressed. Each hidden action strengthens marriage foundation more effectively than dozen announced gestures. Beyond relationship benefits, concealing good deeds shapes personal character. Regular practice of anonymous kindness develops humility. Finding satisfaction in unacknowledged service builds emotional maturity. Joy increasingly flows from giving rather than receiving recognition. Hidden acts create space for spouse to give freely too. When both partners serve quietly, beautiful dance of mutual care emerges. Neither feels pressured by others' announced sacrifices.
both give from genuine desire rather than obligation or competition. Marriage flourishes in soil of unannounced kindness. Like gentle rain nourishing garden, hidden acts of love steadily nurture relationship growth. No single gesture transforms marriage instantly, but accumulated weight of countless concealed kindnesses gradually shapes something beautiful. Protecting these quiet moments from publicity preserves their pure intention. Once good deed becomes public knowledge, subtle shift occurs. Action becomes currency in relationship economy rather than genuine expression of love. By keeping certain acts hidden, their transformative power remains intact. Choosing silence after service requires trust, faith that unnoticed efforts still matter. Yet this very trust strengthens marriage bonds. Each hidden gesture says silently, "I serve because I love you, not because I seek recognition." This message, though unspoken, resonates deeply in relationship foundations. Marriage thrives not just on what we share, but paradoxically, on what we consciously choose to keep hidden. Through this journey, we've explored 3 powerful secrets that can transform an ordinary marriage into something extraordinary: hidden comparisons, concealed temporary emotions, and quietly performed good deeds. These carefully guarded elements work together like invisible threads, weaving strength into relationship fabric. Each hidden comparison, redirected inward, becomes opportunity for personal growth. Every temporary emotion processed privately prevents unnecessary wounds. All concealed acts of service build pure, untainted love. Society bombards us with messages about complete transparency in marriage. Social media encourages sharing every thought, feeling, and action. Yet wisdom reveals that certain things grow stronger in darkness, like seeds beneath soil. Marriage flourishes when partners master art of strategic silence. Think about relationships admired most, couples who've weathered decades together, growing stronger through each season. Often, these pairs practice wisdom of selective sharing. They've learned value of internal processing, quiet service, and private growth. Their love displays depth that comes only through mastering these hidden elements. But implementing these principles requires courage. Courage to sit with uncomfortable comparisons rather than voicing them. Courage to process difficult emotions independently before sharing. Courage to serve without seeking recognition. This path isn't easy, but its rewards prove immeasurable. Many marriages crack under weight of unfiltered sharing. Every comparison expressed, each temporary emotion unleashed, all good deeds broadcasted. These relationships become battlegrounds of scorekeeping, emotional dumping, and recognition seeking. By contrast, marriages that master art of strategic hiding develop remarkable resilience. Rather, its invitation to thoughtful discretion. Learning which elements deserve sharing and which require privacy takes time. But this wisdom, once developed, transforms marriage foundations. Consider impact over next month. What might change by redirecting comparisons inward rather than expressing them? How might relationship dynamics shift through processing temporary emotions privately? What beauty might emerge from serving without announcement? Each small choice creates ripple effects through relationship fabric. These principles work together synergistically. As we hide comparisons, we develop gratitude. While processing emotions privately, we build emotional maturity. Through concealing good deeds, we cultivate genuine selflessness. Combined effect transforms not just marriage, but individual character. Marriage becomes sanctuary where both partners grow, protected by wisdom of selective silence. Space emerges for genuine appreciation, thoughtful communication, and pure giving. Relationship deepens beyond surface-level exchanges into profound connection. Implementation starts today. Next time comparison crosses mind, redirect it inward. When temporary emotion floods heart, pause before speaking. As opportunity for service appears, act quietly. Each choice builds momentum towards stronger marriage. Results won't appear overnight. Like any worthwhile endeavor, this approach requires patience and persistence. But gradually, relationship dynamics shift. Trust deepens, appreciation grows, love matures, marriage transforms from mere partnership into sacred bond. If these insights resonated, take a moment to support our channel. Each like helps spread this message to others seeking stronger marriages. By subscribing, you'll receive more relationship wisdom that goes beyond common advice into deeper truths about lasting love. Share this video with someone whose marriage might benefit from these insights. Sometimes single piece of wisdom arriving at right moment can redirect relationship trajectory toward greater strength and joy. Remember, strongest marriages aren't built on complete transparency, but on wisdom of knowing what to share and what to hide. Through mastering these 3 elements, hidden comparisons, concealed temporary emotions, and quiet good deeds, you create foundation for extraordinary relationship. Thank you for investing time in strengthening your marriage. If you found value here, show your support by hitting like button and subscribing to our channel. Together, we're building stronger relationships, one hidden wisdom at a time. Until next time, keep growing, keep loving, and keep certain things beautifully hidden. Hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss our relationship insights. Your marriage deserves this investment in wisdom and growth.